And that'll do.
Just a soundboard?
That'll do.
Just a soundboard.
Yeah.
So free chips is not.
They have hooked it up plenty on free goods, and for that we owe them.
And food and whatnot, as well. What's today's date?
Today's date is fucking St. Patrick's Day.
You suck at this.
It's St. Patrick's Day. It's March 17th.
2013. Every week I fucking have to redo another one. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Be St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. This chick that used to work at the lab with me, she lives in Savannah now, and she invited a bunch of people up there for this weekend. But I worked for my cousin at the Alhambra all weekend, so I don't really.
What were you doing? Oh, doing pictures.
Taking pictures.
Yeah. You
go there, and a guy comes around to every table and asks, "Hey, say, would you care to have your picture taken this evening?"
Do you say it just like that?
Yes. Basically, I walk up and I say, "Oh, would you folks care to have your picture taken this evening? Hi, would you folks care to have your picture taken today?"
Do you wear like gloves or anything?
I do wear gloves to keep a sterile environment.
Want a picture, honey?
You big-titted animal!
Hey, honey!
So, a geesh! So anyway, they they say yes and take a picture, and I go back and print them up, package them up, frame them up, keychain them up, and try to sell them.
Keychains?
Yes.
You guys do keychains?
Yes.
That's fucking cool, man.
Little keychains that have on one side it's the show, whatever plays, like right now it's Driving Miss Daisy. And so one side is Driving Miss Daisy, almost like a movie poster, and then the other side is...
Who plays the talented role of Hulk?
Is this dude? I don't know who he is.
Is he at least black?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's black, older guy.
Nice.
Yeah. And then it's the mother from the Waltons. You remember the sitcom?
I don't remember, but I know what it is. Yeah, like I didn't watch John Boy, and when is that the one at the end when they're always like, "Night, Pa, good night, Ma"?
I don't know.
It has Little House on the Prairie.
I really don't know.
Fuck. That's not. I think it's not. I think it is the Waltons.
And I really don't know. I was born in '82.
I was born in '85, so.
Yeah.
Anita was born in 1963.
Yeah, she's old.
Back in now.
She was born to a one-legged bitch of a mother.
She's old as a bastard. We have with us today Anita. She is a good friend of ours.
Hello.
And I'm sorry, I stepped all over you saying hello. I was bringing up your last name on my phone.
I figured that what the pause
it's
was.
Something along the lines of Michalsikova.
Michalchikova. Anita's my middle name. I'm actually introducing myself now as Barushka to everybody.
Yeah. Barushka?
Yeah, that's my first name.
You gotta roll that effing tongue, son.
Yeah.
I like it.
I said, fuck it, get on the horse and pronounce it right,
And you're from, well, yeah, where are you from?
I am from the Czech Republic, which was formerly known as Czechoslovakia, for the ones who don't know where Czech Republic is. But I'm sure Czechoslovakia rings the bell. And I've been in America since, 94, 95. I lived in Jersey.
Jersey, yeah.
That's why I learned English.
Jersey.
That's where you moved to from Europe.
Czech, yeah.
To where in Jersey?
By Basking Ridge, close to the summit, northern Jersey,
Okay.
It's like 20 minutes from the turnpike. But, in 97, moved to Jacksonville. Here I am. Hello.
Okay, so you got to the States and you didn't speak really much English.
No, I didn't speak any English. I knew how to count to 10, and I knew the colors, but that's...
You see that? She came here and didn't even speak the language, but could count to 10. You're damn near 30, and you
you bitch.
still cannot count to 10.
Everybody has their process.
It's a little weird. It is weird how I can't count to fucking 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can add over 10, but I can't do it.
Okay, so.
So, yeah. I come bearing gifts, by the way.
Do you really?
Yeah.
She brought a satchel, too. That's my favorite part. It's a fucking satchel.
I don't know how appropriate it is to drink on the show.
Fucking right.
But I brought some Czech moonshine. Which is, we don't call it moonshine, we call it slivovička.
So you guys have rednecks over in the Czech world too,
Yeah, I mean, they're still
son.
very, it's still quite different. But it's sugar plum, therefore it doesn't taste like shit.
So it's just, she has...
opposed to the corn grain shine that...
Woo, boy!
This has this very European-looking mason jar.
Dude, that is a Europed-out fucking jar. Yeah. Look at that shit.
It's like one of those old grosh.
Yeah, I feel like I want to dip it in like some Maker's Mark oil and fucking... Ooh, man, I can smell that.
Yeah, so it's just a clear...
So we'll get the cheeks.
Dude,
nice
now I know
red.
what... This is what David Tell felt like when he was doing Insomniac. Did you ever watch that show?
Yeah.
Just getting pounded, and now here we are in the confines of the Blue Room for all you Worfcasters out there listening. And we're doing a shot of what's the appropriate...
Slivovička, sugar plums.
Slivovička.
Really strong, but super
Slivovička.
smooth.
Alright, sounds serious. Nastravi.
Cheers.
Is that what it is? Nastravi?
Zdraví, which means to health.
Woo!
If I had known that's what it meant, I wouldn't have said it.
It's strong. It's about
It is,
65%,
but it's not.
it's smooth because it's from sugar plums.
65%?
Yeah, that's probably like 170 proof.
Well, 65% is actually 130 proof.
Oh, I was close.
The proof is just double
Oh.
the percentage. So,
Ow!
again, going back to math.
Fuck off. That's well over 10. That's well over 10.
We're gonna try to stay away from math for the duration here. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes.
Indeed,
My
yes.
insides are warm.
Your cheeks will be warm soon too.
Yeah.
But it will get
Both
the
sides,
mood, so I
both
figured
sides.
that would be the appropriate
That's
way
a
to start.
damn good tone starter.
Thank you.
Indeed,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the first time we've ever done a shot on the show.
Woo!
Slivovička.
So you brought that back in your luggage?
Right, I usually bring back about 5 liters of it. And,
Did you have to like hide it?
well, I mean, you have to have it below deck in your suitcase, and I had to put it in plastic bottles so it's not as heavy in the suitcase.
So nothing up the cornhole or anything.
Right? Yeah, you didn't have to.
We didn't reach that point.
Good.
Yet,
That's good to know. I'm glad to know you had a comfortable flight. Wait a minute. Did you take a boat?
It's a good question. Kenny, it's a really good question.
Yes, I know.
Not the boat question. So you didn't have it in your anal cavity, which is nice.
No.
So,
but the reason it tastes so smooth because it's from sugar plums. There's no additives to it as you would add to other moonshine, which most Americans here make of corn or grain.
Yeah, corn whiskey.
It just leaves a nasty tail.
Oh,
It's
it
disgusting.
just tastes like
burns all the way
Tastes like
down.
fire.
Yeah, it's fucking rubbing alcohol.
But this,
dude.
But this is just naturally sweetened. You don't add any sugar, and that's why it's the most quality. In our country, at least in my country, it's the most quality kind of shine you can have because there's no extra.
See, motherfuckers,
additives.
we're going organic up in this.
So
bitch.
where did you buy it? There? Did you buy it from somebody that?
My
produces
neighbors, certain people I know make it. Every year they make about 150 liters, and then they sell it.
Is it illegal for them to process that in your own home? Do they do it out of their house? I take it, correct?
Well, I mean, yeah, in their gardens where they have a distillery.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not like mandated by the government. Of the
No, this
Czech
is pure
Republic or
homemade.
whatever.
No. They have their imitations and their replicas and all that, but it's not the real thing.
yeah.
It's only about 50%, and it tastes like shit. So, but this is the pure homemade nectar
that
of
was-
the gods.
It didn't hurt, but goddamn, it burned going down. It felt good though, but it was definitely sweet. I definitely could take the taste of sugary in it.
Sugar plum,
The sugarish taste to it.
good stuff.
So, been very excited to have you on there. Like,
Awesome.
seriously.
Yeah,
like,
I've been
this has
excited too,
We've
yeah.
been waiting on this one for since Dean told me your story of going to
I
Egypt
heard
and all
that.
It's
Yeah.
I think
2 or
that
3
like,
weeks.
well, yeah, 2 or 3 weeks. I've been like pumped because we've never really, we interviewed Josh about playing with fucking Dime's brother and shit with Vinnie Paul and
Right.
and the dude gotten to hang out with the guy from the singer from fucking Mudvayne and shit,
And we were talking about that on the way over. I said, "Yeah, you're our
first interview,
guest."
yeah, more of an interview, a guest style.
Like, well, we've had Josh and
Sticky.
Alan and Nick. Nick
Yeah.
was on for one, and your sister for a minute.
But
Nick,
we haven't really had
Costanza?
Nick Halpern over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we haven't had said, man, we should get so and so on, and so
Yeah, I'm.
essentially you're our first
I want to
guest.
thank you guys for having me. It's I feel honored, that I'm worthy enough of the broadcast.
Well,
Tell
I
you
mean,
something, dude.
But
That
then
shit,
after listening to the other ones, I'm like, it'll be cake, man.
yeah, we put on the fact that it's on iTunes right now is just simply fucking amazing.
That's great.
Because I actually set the fucking iTunes up, and if you ask me how, I'd be like, I don't remember, dude.
You're
It
not-
was a process.
you're not the most tech savvy guy.
No, I'm not.
But that just speaks volumes to to I guess how easy it is. Well, I mean that makes me kind of sound like an asshole. I'm saying you're not tech savvy, but
No.
you managed to get it on iTunes, and
Right.
just the fact that it's on iTunes, man, that's bitching.
Yeah, it is.
That's cool as shit.
But
Like,
do you
you
understand?
forwarded
Like
me that email.
our logo is right next to the Walking Dead podcast.
Yeah.
and then right next to that is Tommy Chong's podcast.
Yeah.
So we're like in the same three of some pretty decent characters.
Yeah.
It's cool as
Good
fuck,
company.
man.
Just the fact that you can search, us
At leisure.
and, like it's on iTunes, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, or you can go to the website and do it. At fucking Dean and Worf at podbean.com, man. All of our shit's up there. But we don't have many, like, nobody comments. That's the thing, comment. Dude,
Yeah.
I got a favorite from fucking Steve Simone, which is awesome as shit. He was on
Yeah,
the
it is.
He was on the Crab Feast last week.
Okay.
And, like, I listened to it, and after the show, I tweeted, like, he's got his own podcast, which I'm not sure, I can't remember the name of the show. But I'm sure if you just Googled Steve Simone podcast, it would come up. But I know he's at Steve Simone on Twitter. But he fucking he favorited. Like, I sent him a thing. It was him and Jay Larson, and I said, just heard you guys talking on Crab Feast. Just started my own cast. Basically, me and my buddy just started a cast out of our garage. Hashtag Worfcast, whatever. And he fucking favorited it, dude. And I was like, thanks,
yeah.
man, thanks. That's
cool.
cool as shit, dude. Because he was funny as shit. He was hilarious on the Crab Feast last week. But enough of me and fucking Dean. Let's get to this Egypt trip. That's what I'm fucking here to hear about.
Right.
Like, I want to hear
Where
about
do you
all
wanna
this
start with
crazy
that?
shit, dude.
Well, you went to back home, and you were gone overall for what, 2 months?
All right. Yeah, about a month and 3 weeks.
From
so
the beginning
It
of
was around
December.
the 18th of December till 12th of
Do you need
February.
a light over there, Anita? Or are you good?
No, I'm good.
to what?
To the 12th of February.
12th of February.
So the 13th of January, we flew out to Marsa Alam, which is south of Egypt. My grandmother and I. She's been before, so I wanted to go with somebody who.
Oh, I
perhaps
didn't realize she had already been.
Yeah, she did not go all the way up to Giza. She just was in, I believe it was Aswan. No, Hurghada. That's where she was. So she didn't travel from city to city as we did when we went just now, which was great. I mean, like I said, we landed in Marsa Alam, which is the south of Egypt, and right the next morning we took a microbus, 4-hour drive through the desert onto the boat that was going to go up the Nile for the next 4 days. So as we're cruising up the Nile, each...
You went up from south to north?
Right, yes,
You
exactly.
said from Aswan?
It's I believe we started in Edfu, I believe. That's where the boat, took...
Because I see it like it feeds
Took
into...
sail!
What is it, Lake Nasser it feeds into? Or down at the bottom is like Lake Nasser and then Aswan.
Well, they got the Aswan High Dam.
Aswan, yeah, that's what it says, Aswan High Dam, and then,
Yeah.
is that, how do you say it, Luxor, or...
Luxor, yeah, we went up and then to
Tina,
Edfu. So yeah, we did
Sohag.
start in Aswan and then it went on to Edfu and...
That's so crazy, though.
Luxor.
Like, how big is that river? I mean, is it, like, comparable to the St. John's out... Have you ever been out in the middle of the St. John's?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
have.
any comparable to that?
Yeah,
It's just a
I
lot
would say so. And
as narrow?
And it's the only other river, right, that goes up towards the
Yeah,
South to
it flows,
right.
what, south to north, right?
Right.
there's very
It's like
few that
two
do.
rivers in all of the world.
That and the Nile,
Right,
That
no,
and the
there's-
Nile.
Yeah,
No,
St.
I
John's
think there's a
and
few
Nile.
more than two.
Does the Mississippi do that, too?
No, it goes north to south.
I thought it was just
Dumped out into
just
the Gulf.
those two.
Yeah, no, I think there's at least a couple more.
Right.
But anyway,
well,
back to
yeah.
that.
But yeah, I would say
Comparable
the
to
width.
that.
It is comparable to that. I mean,
Except the only difference is there's nothing on the other side.
and the occasional floating dead cow. You know.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a third world country. I mean, there was, as I told you the other day, we would be walking down the streets and there's a dead donkey and stray dogs are eating the insides, Sorry, public, for the, vivid
Oh, dude.
imagery
That's real,
here,
man.
but it is, and
That's
people
one of
just
my
walk
questions
by.
I had for you tonight was like, how fucking real was it? Like,
It was, it was very apparent it's a third world country.
Yeah.
Did you get off the plane and say, damn, shit just got real?
oh man.
Ooh, I'm all
that
nice
real,
and warm
or-
now.
Yeah.
right.
No, well, you barely see any women anywhere. I mean, if you do, it would be mainly in the major cities, and they, the more larger the city, the less likely they have to wear the burqas and the
Right.
the hobbits and all. It all depends on the family and what they what they allow or forbid their daughters to do, what religion they have, because there is Christian religion. They have Christian
Really?
churches there.
That-
It's only about 5% of the population.
Right. But I mean, that's Egyptians
it's
going
still
Christian.
accepted there,
Like Egyptian people going to a Christian church. It's
Right.
not just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
tourists going to an
There's one of our microbus driver. He was a hardcore Christian. He had the cross hanging on his.
He had like Tim Tebow fucking jersey.
He had the rosary, dangling around and all of that. But
And Cairo is the biggest city in
Africa.
all of Africa, but all of the Arab world. I mean, it's like one of the 20 biggest cities, like by population in the world.
There's I believe it's 9 million people in Cairo. Yeah, 9 million something. So it is very busy. It's very loud, very noisy, beeping horns everywhere, smoggy, just
Really?
and like. All I saw was one traffic light, I mean, it's so crazy there, There's little 10-year-olds driving a motorcycle with 2 grown men behind him, that he's driving around. And I mean, it's really insane. And what was even more insane is that the pyramids is right across the street from there. A lot of people assume that the pyramids are in the middle of the fucking desert somewhere, but it's actually right across the road, literally right across the road from the largest city in all of the Arab world.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that is wild. It wasn't until like maybe, 4 or 5 years ago that I was under the assumption that they were in the middle of the fucking desert.
I know.
And then you look
Me
at
too.
it, and
I
their
thought that
city,
as well.
their sprawling city, like within, 4 or 5 football fields of, these pyramid complexes.
Yeah, I mean, literally, as we were riding through Cairo to our hotel at nighttime, I looked to my left, and there are the pyramids, like, literally 100 feet away,
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what the fuck? But, it's really, it was really enchanting. It was really powerful, and not just the pyramids, the other temples as well, Karnak and Luxor and Komombo and so on. It was very, very fulfilling to go. I'm glad I got to go, because apparently the new president, which is acting more like a dictator, wants to tear these temples down. He wants to destroy the pyramids.
Oh, Jesus
He wants to
Christ.
say...
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly,
What do you mean?
Apparently it's not representative of the Egyptian history and culture. These are just myths, and it's not what
That
represents
silly
their...
bitch
I
has
know!
got
What,
to
are you
know that
fucking kidding me, man?
Without those pyramids, who in the motherfuck would want
even
to go
there,
to Egypt?
man. This is where you get majority of your...
That's literally out in butt
That's
fucking
what
Egypt.
feeds everybody's mouth.
Butt
over
fuck
there, man.
Egypt, bro. It is. I mean, what the fuck else? Good call, my friend.
That
It
good
is
cutting off
insane.
like the hand that feeds,
Yeah. So, hopefully he'll be out of there soon. But
Yeah, well, they just had their, their civil uprising and, regime change last year. So what? There's already...
Well, yeah, apparently the presidents, they also, too, have 4-year terms, and then, of course, it's up to the people to decide whether he gets another 4-year term or not. But, the people are pissed off over there. They're extremely pissed off. That's why most of these protests are occurring, is because of this asshole that, like I said, is acting more as a dictator. There's garbage everywhere. There was only a little bit of a protest I got to witness when I went there. Otherwise, it was peaceful and wonderful. But it was just a little tiny protest because of a train hit a taxi with 6 people in it. 6 people died, so... Yeah, basically there was a big protest about, that there should be a much more greater system as far as, stopping the traffic in the middle of the fucking train tracks, preventing people from just standing on the railroad as a train fucking comes. There's no, what do you call it, the sticks that go up and down, what do you call it?
Oh, the
crossbar.
Crossbar.
Right,
yeah,
it's not dependent, it's not very dependable. There's no safe, alert letting people know, hey, listen, by the way, dude, there's a train coming, you might want to not stand
That's
here.
stuff that we don't even think about here, like not having a red light. Like, if we didn't have a red light at some of these intersections, people would die every day.
Chaos.
I don't know
Total
how the fuck
fucking
they do
chaos.
it.
It would. It would be total motherfucking chaos.
Mayhem.
And we don't even think about that because I'm 28 years old, or going to be 28 this year, and I've had a fucking traffic light the whole time I've been on this earth. You know what I mean? There's my hippie out for the day.
All I've known is red lights, man. That's all I've known. I bet people drive on the wrong side of the road, too. Oh, hell yes.
What's this?
Nice. Kenny got some fucking, crickets.
Vegetables.
He got some crickets. I needed the soundbite last week. Or 2 weeks ago. And,
What?
he just hit me with it.
I'm so happy that you remembered what I was doing.
Oh, man, of course.
The only thing that sucks is that my vibrate's on my phone, so it vibrates like a fucking bitch.
I was wondering what you were doing.
It's going beep.
That's a good thing.
That's the ringtones on the iPhone. It's just a crickets thing on there with the speaker.
Spectacular.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, so you were telling me about...
Back to Egypt.
You were telling me about Karnak. The complex at Karnak.
Right.
And you said that it. Well, first of all, it's a certain portion of it is oriented for so that it corresponds with the solstice. You said it. It illuminates this one pillar on the solstice, and but that they moved. In modern times they moved this structure.
Yeah, I don't know if they moved the whole temple. I just know that certain artifacts and monuments and statues were moved around. I don't know why. So they're not
at their original resting place.
Right, and that's why a lot of the measurements and the angles, are not as correct. It's just amazing how 5,000 years ago they could accurately, use this kind of technology that we can possibly duplicate.
Aliens, son.
Right. So, to this day we're incapable of duplicating
Everybody
the shit.
just go ahead and realize it's motherfucking aliens did that shit. It's over.
We can have as many theories as we want, but the fact that we can't even duplicate
But
it...
if they did, good on them. Cool. Thanks, aliens. We got some kick-ass shit to look at for the last 5,000
But so what?
years.
So originally, the Egyptians built it so where...
Obviously the dirty Jew feet didn't do it.
Right. We talked about that on a few...
The dirty Jewish feet.
few podcasts ago. And I
it's
couldn't
one of the
believe that
theories,
Kenny said what he said, but then he said it's from the episode or something or other. And
it is. Us Jews getting our workout out of the way now so we can live prosperous for the rest of our lives.
Right.
And then it shows Germany,
among the
1943.
pharaohs.
Germany, 1943.
all right. So anyway, they built it so, like I said, it would illuminate this one specific
Right, I
pillar
think it was one of the pharaoh,
Right, so they moved it. They moved it in modern times, and they tried to again align it so that happened. But you said it's off now.
It's like a few inches off, basically. They had it originally set up to where there's several statues lined up by each other, and on a particular day of the year, I think it was like the 25th of August, which was the pharaoh's birthday. Every year, the sun would shine just particularly on that statue that was dedicated to him. You know, the sunbeams would go through and it would light up his statue gloriously. But then once they moved it, the measurements were kind of off to where now, you know, it's beaming onto partially on the statue next to him and partially on him, so it's all whacked out. But they did not attempt to correct this because they figured, oh shit, you know, we already fucked up. Let's not you know, tamper with this any further, or we'll fuck up even further. It was
that really is a shame.
Yeah, no.
You know what?
But it's still amazing. Even just getting it, you know, even just being incorrect with it and having it only a few inches off, to me that too is pretty fucking amazing. You know,
I agree, but I get two things from that. The one thing I think is, what the fuck did they just have to fucking build right there so that they had to move this ancient complex? Like, what was so goddamn important?
I think this is just a theory because I don't know. I did not do too much research on it, but it's because of the tourism and the attraction it had, you know, to make it more convenient for people to actually go visit it. Who the fuck knows, really, man?
Who does that? Oh my god, that's crazy. I mean, that's up there with That's up there with tearing down an absolute cathedral of baseball in the Bronx and building a new shimmering $1.2 billion palace.
Exactly.
They tear down fucking Yankee Stadium, and they
soured the flower, man.
it's absurd. It's absurd. So, okay, so that's the one thing I think, and then the other thing is, and of course I blank.
There it is.
Give me some filler or something. There was another point that I wanted to make on that.
Give me some filler, please. Well, here's our first commercial from Jammin' Chips LLC, our first sponsor of the podcast. Officially, I guess. Unofficially.
A real legitimate sponsor.
It is. They sell chips. If you own any type of small grocery store,
convenience store,
fucking Walmart,
Quickie Mart,
Save a Lot.
Yeah.
We sell Cape Cod, son. They sell Cape Cod. They got that shit, man.
Cape Cod chips. They got the Lance.
Fucking Ridges.
Sunflower seeds.
Fucking pistachios in them.
Just a gang of chips. a whole gang of chips.
And if you fucking follow me on Twitter, I can load you up for like 10% off at like 25 cents a bag.
Straight up.
I'm serious. At God Save My Jags. # fucking chips. I'll fucking mail them to your ass. Bring it.
I got you covered like a Jimmy hat.
Yeah.
That's what's the name of the
Jammin'
outfit?
Chips LLC.
That's Jammin' Chips LLC.
In the immediate Jacksonville area, follow me at Twitter and I get you hooked up. They'll do that shit for cheap, son.
Yeah, and check out.
That's official though.
That's
actually official. I'm telling you to do that.
Straight up.
Fucking at God Save My Jags. # chips.
# chips.
And I will fucking mail you some.
Straight up.
Good job.
All right. Anyway, we get back to what you were gonna say.
Well, no, we're gonna actually take a break real quick and let me recollect myself.
Yeah,
And I would say listen to the sponsor, but obviously we just had it.
We just had it sponsoring.
So just hold up and we'll be right back.
Welcome back.
And so the second point that I wanted to make was something that Anita already kind of touched on, but it was just the fact that, okay, so the structure was erected, and however they managed to do it with the technology that they had in that time, and so jackasses, for greed, no doubt, wanted to move it, so they moved it, re-erected it, and fucking failed. Because it's not as...
That's what happens, you know. That's what happens.
So what the fuck?
I mean, it's, you know, the fact that, like I said, it can't be duplicated it's extraordinary. Even with the pyramids, you know, just even knowing the, you know, as far as building the pyramids, which are extremely as if the mass of a mountain, it's very solid, it's very heavy, just to determine whether that land can actually support that amount of weight.
Sure.
5,000 years ago, just that engineering, calculation is phenomenal, because, opposed to, like, the Tower of Giza, which was a complete engineering fuck-up,
The Tower?
Of Giza? The Tower of Pisa.
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Right,
Yeah.
That was just a miscalculation as
that's
far
a
as
fail.
determining, whether
It's a
even just
foundation
as something as that small, which it's not large at all,
Thank you for that.
Wrap it up!
You said it was a total fail. Oh, you talking about the Dave Chappelle wrap it up machine?
Yeah.
Yes. Yo, B, wrap that shit up.
Wrap it up,
Yeah, we're
son!
talking about a foundation fail. The Tower of Pisa.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to be? That's
It's a fart
terrible.
knocker,
It's
man.
way too loud.
I need to turn it down.
Try it again. No. Just keep going down. Is that a fart?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still
Yeah,
is.
man.
It still is. You can't tell that.
Yeah.
The first one's much better. The other.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
lingering sharding.
First of all, I would just like to thank the Academy, and it really is just an honor. Yeah. No, thank you
I'm
for
so glad we could
for the
incorporate
applause
that
again.
into what we were talking about.
But yeah.
So douchey.
Yeah, so anyway, as we were saying, excuse me, everybody, please take your seats.
Take your fucking
Please
seats.
take the seats. Just the fact that they failed at re-engineering these complexes the way that they were originally engineered.
Right, exactly. That's, to me, that's mind-boggling why they attempted to do so in the first place. Leave
Yeah.
it. That's the part of the history, is leaving it where it originated.
You're fucking
was
right.
built, so. But, as we said, greed sometimes tends to take a lead, and
Yep.
and it
Powerful
results
thing,
in
y'all.
such generic fuck-ups. So, But it was still very, there's several times I had to catch my breath, and just absorb it in. And
Sure.
it was bittersweet, because I was very much bombarded with, as I said, what I call desperate salesmen. You're constantly, surrounded by people that are trying to sell you something and cheat you into buying things. And even at one point, one of the desperate salesmen had stuffed a scarf in my grandmother's purse and then claimed that she stole it, try to make a big stink about it. People were gathered around saying that she stole a scarf, but, just the sleazy, conniving way to get you to give them money, made it bittersweet. So, yes, it was enigmatic and powerful and beautiful, but at times, I had to get nasty with them, and, so that's what made it bittersweet. For example, when I got out of the pyramid, I went inside the Great Pyramid, by the way, and, it was powerful, it was amazing, I got out of there just in tears, because of, not only the history, but the opportunity that I had to go inside this historic, monument, tomb, whatever, and the moment I get out, they're trying to sell me shit and trying to,
You didn't have
take
time
money
to
from me.
decompress or
Right,
anything.
exactly. You don't have a moment for yourself. If you're trying to go there and have a meditation session in front of the pyramids,
Too many
that's
fucking
just
people
not
there,
going to go
probably.
down. Right.
Too many goddamn people.
I did gather up some sand, though, right at the edge of the pyramid.
Dirty feet, Sam.
And I wanted to bring you one. I
dude.
bottled it up, and I'm
Yeah, how
spreading it
bitchin'
out
is
to my
that?
friends. And, as I said, when the wind hits, The pyramids,
Sick.
Any kind of sand or particle
I'm
around
gonna
the
put that
pyramid
up on the Twitter page right there.
is from the pyramid,
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
gonna
Oh,
definitely-
and
I mean, that's really amazing, man. I mean, that shit again is 5,000 years old, and
never TT head ass.
Oh, never TD ass. Oh shit.
Bookmark,
Oh, bookmark
Yeah,
ass.
yeah,
Never
papyrus.
TD reading.
It's representing the papyrus, but that is actually banana leaf, so it's an imitation, but it's still pretty cool, So
That's freaking awesome. Thank you so much.
no,
That's the shit.
welcome.
Oh, I'm putting that shit up on Twitter right now. God save my Jags. Check that shit out, son. I got motherfucking sand that's older than everything, bitches.
Indeed.
what you got?
Yeah, what you got?
Shit.
This is my little vial of sand right there. I'm gonna take a picture of it, and there's like a foot with a fucking letter B next to it. Get it. Get after it. Fucking get it. Oh, Nefertiti ass.
Oh, head ass.
Oh, head ass. Oh, Sphinx ass.
We still have to discuss this.
We
Europe
Europe's
out, man.
Yes, because, okay, prime example. What you're wearing today, that is not your typical
Right.
young lady from America. This is what we're rocking. I mean, it says hippie on it. That's kind of American. But I would
I've
say
changed my
it's very
style,
unique. No, it's very unique.
What says hippie?
Right there in front of her shirt.
It says
Oh,
hippie jeans.
hippie jeans, okay.
Jesus, titty fucking. Thought I said that nice and light. I don't think they
Well,
heard
no,
that.
I'm glad you said it, Kenny. I'm glad you said Europe'd out because that means you can distinguish the difference, as far as Eastern Europeans opposed to Western Europeans. The Eastern European culture has very distinctive, bone structure in their face, man, and a lot of us have high cheekbones and dark hair and pale skin, so, the fact that you said Europe'd out, I took that as just a keen observation,
I'm glad you laughed because you could have taken it one or two.
I thought it was great.
But it's so true, man. It's just that's the way it is. Like when I think of Europe, I think of Seattle, Washington.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Just dim outside. No sunlight.
Oh, that's more England, man.
I know, but when I think of
cobblestone and Gothic architecture.
God damn it, it's cold out here, and I need some pollen in my life. God damn it. It is, can I grow a plant back here? Anywhere. Is there a garden? Can I grow a plant?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that Europe'd out, man. It looks outside, when I go outside, I'm like, dude, it's all English outside and shit. What are you talking about? I'm like, dude, it's fucking 52 degrees. It's 52 degrees, man. It's 52 and no sun. That's fucking England, dude. Goddamn England out.
Well, I remember you saying in the broadcast 2 weeks ago or so that, you're wondering if I was bothered or if people...
Right, yeah.
Right.
I was very curious, if you...
are offended.
Well, and Dean had explained to me that you had a translator that spoke your native tongue.
Yeah, he was an Egyptian.
So you weren't over there speaking English, all obvious and shit. You were speaking goddamn Europe'd out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you were speaking
all
like that.
speaking
So,
Czech, yeah.
I'm wondering if that brings less attention
it
to
does.
you than me over there going, "Hey man, you got some fucking beer over here or
with
what?"
your fatty
The
pack
fuck?
and your
Yeah, you know what I mean?
pizza in one hand and
fucking
camera
got
around.
McDonald's around here.
Where's the
goddamn.
near KFC, man?
Goddamn. Something stupid.
No, but the thing is, majority of the tourists in Egypt, believe it or not, come from Hungary, Germany, Russia, and Czech Republic. And there's a lot of blue-eyed, blonde-haired motherfuckers, So they can't really tell, they're used to, a bunch of Caucasians walking around.
Yeah.
But the moment you say, when they ask you, so, where are you from? As soon as you say America, the expression in their face changes,
Yeah.
But you say anywhere else, they're like, oh, great people,
Yeah.
welcome. But the moment you say America, you can tell they're uneasy about it. They try to converse with you on a more, calm, tone.
So, there's
but you
not
can tell there's a little bit of disturbance in
you're
their
not
heart
speaking
towards
English or
Americans.
anything. You're over there speaking your native tongue.
Yeah. Plus, I have the dark hair, and a lot of them thought I was, Arabic. They start speaking to me in Arabic.
Yeah.
So, I did look more exotic opposed to the blonde hair, blue-eyed Caucasian, as you said. But But no, I did not have to wear burqas. I did not have to, cover up my face or anything.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
But there is certain cities to where you had to cover your shoulders. For example, I couldn't wear a tank top or anything like that. Women need to be, covered, not, exposed with their, erotic, provocative shoulders.
Cause an uprising up in that motherfucker or some shit. Be like fucking 6,000 fucking young men with hard boners fucking
That's
going
what
after
it
the
was.
government.
The fact that there's no women anywhere.
Bunch of kids with boners running around like, God damn it, can they just go fuck something? Like, y'all got sheep and
That's
plenty.
exactly what it was. It's like they've never seen a woman there before. There was a guy who was, trying a necklace on me. He convinced me to go visit his shop. I saw a necklace that, appealed to my fancy, and
He
then...
didn't cup your ass or anything, did he?
Well, this is very similar, maybe even worse. He came around, he was putting the necklace on me, and then you feel his boner on my ass.
Total fucking...
I'm like...
wow.
And all they are wearing is those, galabayas, so they don't have shit underneath there. It's just angling it towards my ass crack. And
He's like, man, my burka's showing.
And then he had the audacity to say, "Can you feel me?"
Oh.
Did he really?
Yeah. I'm like, alright, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
What,
Thank you very much. Good night.
pickup line? Can you feel me? Was it a pickup line?
I assume, they figured, I should have taken it as a compliment.
And this was where now? Where exactly?
This was in
Cairo or some shit?
it was right in front of the Valley of the Kings.
Yeah.
Right in front of the Temple of Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut. And
His ship suit?
Can you feel
yeah,
me?
Can you
Yeah.
feel me?
Do you want to go in the back and fuck right now? I didn't really plan on it, but you're
Let me spread.
By the way, this is what the lady presumably would think. I'm speaking in that sense. Yeah, I didn't plan on fucking, but since your hard on is already
now that we're halfway
me,
there, might
you've
as well
made
complete
me
the
wet
process.
and quivering. Yeah, let's go. That's never gonna be how that goes. Like, he has never fucking scored with that.
I don't know, man. I mean, the fact that he felt, that he had the right or the audacity to even say that to a tourist, it must have worked for him in the past.
But
I
wait a minute.
seriously
But
doubt
you know what?
Who the fuck knows?
What if he was singing like an old Tupac song?
If his cock was singing a Tupac song. Maybe.
What if it was an old Tupac song? No? Because he always said, "Can you feel me? Feel me?" I guess not. No.
No.
Way to kill it.
Yeah.
Sam. Way to kill it. Sorry about that. So you were in the Valley of the Kings and motherfuckers rubbing his boner hard up against your back.
That was an experience.
You're like, buddy, let me take that piece of carrot, alright? Fucking feed your camel. Go feed your fucking camel, guy. That's when the American comes out in you. Hey, guy, go feed your camel. Put that shit in your camel's mouth. He spits. No.
Stinky motherfuckers.
So, do you think, what do you think, somebody like me and Dean, though, walking around out there, do you think
You'd be
we would,
fine,
you think we'd be straight?
As long as you're
All
not
good?
obnoxious and
No, man.
hey,
I would
look
try
at
my
me, I'm
hardest to be
American.
nice. No, I would try my hardest to be
Yeah,
nice. But I'm
they
not
wouldn't think
fucking dressing
anything
like
of
that.
it.
I would never dress. I would still wear my normal clothes,
Yeah, no,
But I wouldn't be a
fine.
dick. I mean, I'd be
'Cause
nice.
all the
I'd be nice
tourists
as
are
possible.
that way. Most of the
Okay.
tourists are pale Caucasian
Just freaks
people.
me out, man, just to know that something could go down and just be like, oh, fuck me in the ass, dude. I am in big trouble over here. Nobody's got my back.
Right.
Fuck my ass.
Those
What
things
else?
were far away from the temples. Those things usually take their place, and it was
In the
always,
city.
in the city, far away
In
from
the
the
city.
tourists.
There's a square in
And it's
Cairo.
a huge fucking city, so
Yeah. There's a square. I think it starts with a T. I can't remember what it's called, but it's it's like the main square in Cairo proper, and that's where they had a lot of the rallies and shit,
Right.
the uprising and motherfuckers getting beaten back with pepper spray and bullets.
I think the latest news there is that hot air balloon that went up in air. It was like a hot air balloon for 24 people or something like that. And it set fire, okay? So, like, 20 people died. The only ones that survived were the 4 that jumped out of the basket, as it was.
Fuck, how high were they?
I don't know. I mean, I know they had to be hospitalized, and
fuck.
But the rest, of course, naturally, the more bodies that jump out, the more the balloon lifts up in the air, right?
Oh.
So, they were just doomed right the rest of the way.
Christ.
But that's what went down, I think, about 2-3 weeks ago.
And that was in Cairo?
That was in, basically they tried to...
Yeah, it was a tourist
balloon,
thing. It was a tourist ride.
Over the pyramids in the Nile, and so the hot air balloon is most popular there, in Cairo and Giza. And, so, that was a tragedy, but other than that, I don't know.
So you were never worried at all during that whole trip?
No,
you were totally
I
straight?
had no fear whatsoever,
Okay, that's good to know, though. That makes
me and Kenny would probably, though, right? If you and I went.
I don't think so. I don't think it'd be a problem as long as you don't flaunt your shit and
no.
Have
I don't have anything to flaunt.
No, our Americanism,
obnoxious disposition.
Ours would only come out. Yeah, our Americanism would come out in us just trying to be kind to them. Like I'd be trying to crack jokes with them, be like,
right.
"Hey, fucking guy,
it fucking itself.
Hey."
But the thing is, and I don't want to throw everybody in one bag based on my experience, but the more kind I was to them, the more they use that against you. And it's only those desperate...
They're third world.
Yeah, it's a third world.
And they're trying to get money. Like
when
$10,
you're around temples, you're not actually dealing with the society of Egypt. You're dealing with those desperate salesmen. They are surrounding you, so you're constantly bombarded. They ask you, so where are you from? How long is this your first time in Egypt? And based on your answers, they know how much they can bullshit you.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Like $10 to them though is like a lot more than $10 to them. Like we can eat for 3 weeks on $10.
Yeah, they
We're
prefer
like,
euros.
$10, I might go fucking
no
buy
coins.
a half track,
Don't give them any coins because you can't exchange that in banks. And it doesn't do anything for them. But so like I said, that's the bittersweet part of it. But other than that, I don't think you would have a problem. I recommend anybody to have this experience. It's not the first time I was in a third world country, and when you're staying among the tourist areas and you're not asking, Ahbab to take you to the neck of the woods, I think you'll be fine. It's only when you want to be a part of it and want to be witness to it, that's when shit goes down. That's why you hear all these stories of these reporters who had their shitty experiences because they're right in the middle of it, documenting it.
Jesus Christ.
But other than that, I say go for it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's that.
Whoa! Knock it off. Come here.
That picture that Dean told you about, the panorama photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I told you about.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Is that not amazing?
Fuck off.
Take a picture of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Tweet that shit out.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, here, level it up. Yeah, straight up.
I used your flash, son.
Don't you be damn...
Look, I used your flash. I didn't even flash.
Don't tread on my flash.
I straight treaded on that shit.
Yeah, I'm finna straight tweet that.
Word.
So yeah, that's fucking crazy though, man.
Good
That's
stuff.
just. How long did it take you to? I mean, so you went you started out in Aswan and all the way up to Giza and Cairo and all that.
Right, and then we finished taking the trail with the boat up the Nile at Luxor.
Okay.
And that's when we taken a train at nighttime, and there was actual bunk beds in the train. We slept on the train, and it was from 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. ride over to Cairo. So it was a pretty long journey, but we did a journey by microbuses, trains, boats, cars, and it was just constantly something else each day, and it was a lovely little adventure, and but then on the last day, which was Giza, after we finished with the pyramids and the Sphinx and all that, we took a microbus back to Marsa Alam, the south of Egypt, which was like a 9-hour bus ride. And the next day we took a plane back to the Czech Republic, which was into blizzering, cold, snow and ice. I mean, it was from one extreme to another in a course of a month. I come from Florida, I go to Czech Republic, which is under snow and ice, then go to the desert, and then go back to snow and ice, all in a course of 1 month. And my immune system, I guess, was not prepared for that, because I got sick twice when I was in Czech, and I don't ever get sick anymore. I never get sick, but that was something that was extreme, but totally worth it, and I would totally do it all over again. And,
fucking right.
Yeah, man.
How badass is that? Like, that's not an opportunity that
It's pretty badass.
that most people have in their life.
Exactly. I say if you have the opportunity, don't let fear get in the way, otherwise you'll just not go anywhere,
Well, now there,
Of course,
agreed,
you
but
have to be cautious, you have to be smart. You're not just going to put yourself in the midst of...
Yeah, you end up like those dumb
chaos.
asses that had to go hiking along the fucking Iranian border like
Right.
3 or 4 years ago. Oh, they get kidnapped. Well, no fucking shit.
That's what I was telling Kenny when you were out, is that, unless you purposely put yourself among this, the disturbances, and you're curious and you want to be witness to it, then you don't really have too much to worry about. Remain within the tourist.
But these guys,
areas.
oh man, it chaps my ass that diplomacy had to be brought in to get them fucking freed. There's entirely too much free wilderness that you don't have to go hiking in fucking Iran when you're an American.
Out of all the places,
yes,
it's just you get what you fucking deserve when you put yourself in that position. It's just stupid. And so money has to be spent in diplomacy and all this shit to get your dumb ass out of a place that you shouldn't have been in to begin with.
Yeah.
Let him rock.
That's right.
So
that is stupid. That is very...
So, right now, or maybe a year ago, maybe wouldn't have been the best time for Americans over there, but, there's certain places where, you can kind of blend in and get along, but...
Right.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't go to my bocce ball tournament in Afghanistan.
Right now? No, you shouldn't. You should skip
Wait,
out.
what was that with the Dennis Rodman thing or whatever?
Shit.
Man?
If Dennis Rodman could go to North Korea, I can play bocce ball in Afghanistan. I can play bocce in Afghanistan.
Like, I don't know if he's been following the news just since he's been back.
He said, hey man, he just wants him to give him a call, baby.
Yeah.
Just give him a call. Hey, my man Barack, son. Call him.
Call me.
Hey guys, it's Fries.
It's just...
Ask Gary. I ain't playing. Ask Gary. I'm having a stroke.
There's that too. What's wrong with your face?
I'm having a stroke.
Why won't you answer me?
I'm having a stroke.
Is there something wrong with you?
I'm having a stroke.
Should I call for help?
Alright, fuck, I'm having a stroke. God damn, man, I'm dying, son.
Still having a stroke.
My eyeball is going to be down below my fucking mouth for the rest of my life because I have stroke face now.
Stroke face.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, remember, like, back in, like, the old racist assholes would be like, are you going to do that shit in blackface? Remember blackface?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
but, like, you ever wonder, like, if Hollywood ever was like, should we explore stroke face? Like, we should...
I'm sure it happened.
Yeah, no, it's just
full
you never go full fucking stroke face. Exactly. You never go. You don't see.
Go full stroke face.
You don't see somebody going full stroke face. That's a career ender.
It is, dude.
Yeah.
It is. Look what happened to Darkman, dude. Who was the second guy that played Darkman? Not Liam Neeson.
I don't know.
Don't ever go stroke face or full retard. Oh, God. Anyway, well, that was a nice filler.
Partial retard.
Jesus Christ.
So, so you were actually there for, what, 7 days, 6 days?
Right, 8 days, I think it was.
And you talked to me about going to the Museum of Egypt in Cairo.
Indeed.
And how there's you said what was the
massive.
What was the fun
huge.
fact you had? You could spend X amount of time there.
I don't know the exact number, but if you were to stand 1 minute in front of each artifact that is inside the museum of Cairo or Egypt, it would take like 120 days or something like that.
Is that all it was?
Or in the 100 something.
Yeah.
100 something days, you know. So, I mean, there 1 minute, now remember, just 1 minute in front of each artifact, you know. So, I don't know.
That's wild.
It was insane. I mean, there was so much over there. It's sad that we only had about an hour to check it out because we were, you know, on a tight program. We went through a travel agency, so everything was programmed. But
Band name, tight program.
yeah,
Nice.
Sorry.
Oh man.
but you know, it was just so much to see and explore. You know, I still recommend if anybody goes is to do it through a travel agency. So you do have a tour guide and you do have a program. You know, and you do get a sense of.
So you got some structure.
But yeah, so that was that. You know, it was definitely I'd go there again. But next stop is Thailand. I want to go to Thailand. That's my next.
Bet it up.
Next stop, son.
No, dude.
Jeez.
Those places are nowhere near one another.
Yeah, I mean, there's a great influence of China and Cambodia and India.
There's about 27,000 feet vertically separating them. And that's just vertically.
job.
There's hundreds of miles horizontally. But other than that, yeah, there's...
I mean, there's a great Cambodian and Chinese and Indian influence.
I'm gonna go to, I'm about to go to California and straight Jersey it up, you know? I'm gonna be Jersey-licious in Alaska next month.
Oh my god, dude. Woo.
Let's do another shot.
Okay.
I
I need to get some water though. I need to get another water.
Right. It's not as cruel
Alright,
and harsh.
hang on a second. We're gonna take a break real quick. Doing another salute of
Slivovichka!
Slivovichka! In Tibet.
Nastravi.
Nazdravi!
Nastravi.
Yes. Look at you chasing ass,
Yeah.
head asses.
We're
Just
soft.
a little baby dick shot, but it's
We're
all
soft. We're soft.
good. Soft as tissue.
I ain't had a boner in 3 weeks.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's been pretty strange. Being how I've tried and all.
I'm sorry, dude.
Wow.
Yep. I'm that guy on the commercial that's like walking his dog on Levitra and shit. Or not Levitra. Prilosec. No, not Prilosec.
Are you talking about a dick pill?
Yeah.
Cialis?
Cialis. Yeah, you know they always have those commercials with the dude and his wife and he's like kissing his wife and he's like working on his motorcycle at the same time or some shit and it's just like, are you having trouble with your marriage? You know? And he's like, I'm having a stroke.
Yeah. Goes from straight, you know what it was is he was taking another medication for whatever it is, and it might have caused an unsafe drop in blood pressure.
Yeah,
and resulting in I'm having.
He was the side effects at the end of the commercial.
Yeah,
stroke face might appear. You know.
Yeah.
The fine print.
You know what we haven't really talked about?
What's that?
Today? Yesterday I had a little bit of free time between the shows that I was working at the Alhambra, and I washed my van. Man, my van is shimmering, straight gleaming, son. And
dude, he's got the cleanest.
Sparkly.
He's got the cleanest ice cream van.
We're really talking the cleanest
rape van ever.
Straight rape life.
Straight life.
You were talking.
Yeah.
So anyway, and now it is so clean on the outside. I had to.
It's not as scary to walk up to anymore.
Well, I had to Windex the windows and get the
fingerprints,
get the palm prints and footprints and the like off of there. But
did you have to read baby powder to the back? Just to pick up the scent.
Baking soda. Like leaving it
Jesus.
in the refrigerator.
No, you gotta be careful with that though. You can have a fucking chemical reaction back there.
There's been
you dump like a soda back there.
There's
you
been
blow shit up.
There's been a chemical reaction back there.
Yeah.
There's been a few.
On which row of seats?
Just natural chemical reaction. But anyway, so that's all. I wash my van and it's straight shining.
Yep.
Kick ass.
Yeah.
We haven't quite got those stickers set up yet, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're making headway.
Yeah.
But
is there not to change the subject or anything, but to change the subject, is there anything like? Do you have favorite parts about songs that like you don't think anybody else hears but you?
What do you mean? Like what?
Like for example, I hear like on Led Zeppelin, "Since I've Been Loving You," you can hear the drum pedal squeaking when they're fucking jamming. This is like here, I'll play it real quick, and it's something I've noticed for like the last 3 years. That to me, it's just kind of cool how raw it is because it's such an old recording.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Let's see here. Let me cue this shit up, sucker. Hear this like little.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Hear that little.
Oh yeah.
I think that is so fucking cool that they still had left that. They didn't like edit that out.
Right.
Like that
is raw.
It's just something so raw about that. Like hearing that little fucking pitch that you can hear over this bass and this fucking guitar and like all that. There's that little fucking
pretty game. It's game tight.
It is pretty goddamn game tight. But I mean, is there like anything like that you've ever noticed about like a Tool song or anything like? I wonder if anybody else hears that fucking noise.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now of something, like certain nuances that maybe you don't even hear until you get, like, put a set of earbuds in, and you hear things that you'd never heard before. No, I don't have an example.
No, good. Good talk.
Yeah.
Good conversation.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that one for
Bo's making the kill.
Yeah, he's gonna make himself comfortable, but in about 10 minutes, he's gonna growl out of nowhere.
He's gonna eat your chips too.
He might try. He'll eat one. I'll punch him in the throat so hard he'll never think about eating another Tostito.
Daddy.
I'll straight
No.
esophagus slap him.
Mm-hmm. He's such a little spoiled
esophageal slapping.
Yeah.
Last week's broadcast were like, yeah.
I think that was Gus. Man? I think that was Gus.
Yeah.
Because Bo's like, unless Bo's been running, he's usually like pretty like.
Yeah. Yeah, Gus. He was fresh off of some stick fetching or something, or toothpick fetching.
Fresh off some fucking stick fetch. I bet he was fetching a stick.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Probably hard to find.
No doubt. He didn't bring his doggy microscope with him.
Oh. He brought his lipstick with him, though.
Yeah, he did. Oddly enough, he did.
I always call
looks sexy as fuck.
But it's weird. It's always so weird. Like when dogs are like in their little horny mode, you're like, get that fucking lipstick back inside of there. That's disgusting.
What are you doing with that pink thing?
Yeah, what is that? Put that lipstick back.
Oh man, Triumph, the Insult Comic Dog. He says, what does he say? He says, sometimes your pink thing licks you.
That's so
good.
fucked up.
Should be flattered.
Yeah, gotta love a pink thing.
That's good to know, man.
So then, as far as being home went for you in Czech, did you spent 3 or 4 weeks there at least?
Oh no. I spent about 3 weeks there, then a week in Egypt, and then 3 weeks back in Czech again. So altogether, it was like it was about 5.5, 6 weeks. Yeah.
So what did you do there with your free time?
I stayed home, man. I went cruising around to different cities. I went to Prague. I went to
That's
Ostrava.
Praha. Actually,
Yes, it is Praha.
I didn't know I was going to have to.
I didn't want to
correct you
confuse
on the
people, so
pronunciation of your own
I submitted
capital.
to what people are used to.
Yeah,
Yes,
you dumbed it down
I dumbed it down for the ones
for these Americans that you're
But
with.
I went to Olomouc and so on, and I took photographs of the architecture and the beauty that winter can provide in a very Gothic Renaissance cities.
When was Praha built? When did it come about?
Oh God.
1,000 years ago.
I don't know. But yeah, close,
Yeah.
700, maybe 800, somewhere like that. A lot of the architecture there, the original architecture, I would say, is around 6 to 7, even 800 years old.
Wow.
So it's very, it's very historic. It's amazing, architecture. It has the largest castle in the world, or cathedral. Yeah, in Prague.
Well, which one?
It's the main one, I don't
When
know.
they said the oldest castle or cathedral.
It
biggest
is a
out of it.
cathedral. It is a cathedral because it's mainly a giant church, basically.
Uh-huh.
That's the oldest, largest one in the world, which has taken I don't know how long it took to build. 80 years or something like
called?
that. Fuck if I know.
Damn.
I'm blowing it, man.
But that's in Praha?
Yeah, it's in Praha, but there's also underground cities and a lot of there's one cathedral that has a lot of detailing and chandeliers made from bones and skulls, and it's very Gothic. It's very dark, and it's when you go, you feel like you've traveled back in time.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect of the Czech Republic, but most of the time I stayed home because it was just so cold. The first couple weeks of it, you're like, yeah, snow, ice, beautiful.
And so what was the weather in Fahrenheit, por favor?
Jesus. Well, in our, it was below zero. I would say around,
25, 20 degrees.
Yeah. I mean, it was brutal to a point where I didn't even want to go outside. There was a lot of injuries from slipping on ice. There was a woman in front of my father's house that slipped on ice. She gashed her head open.
Oh shit!
They had to take her to the hospital. She was unconscious. We don't know.
In front of your dad's place?
In front of my dad's place.
Is he gonna catch a fucking lawsuit now? Are they
It's
like
possible,
are they like Americans?
Because a lot of residents, it's their duty to put the sand and the rocks, the stone, the salt on the ice. If you have a sidewalk in front of the house, it's your obligation to put the sand there.
It's your civic duty, god damn it.
If you've registered that sidewalk as your property, but majority of the time it's the city's responsibility. So I don't know we don't know if she survived or not, but there's so many cases of this where if a person slips on ice, they either gash their head open and die, or they hit their head so hard they pass out and they freeze to death. You know what I mean? So it's like,
how my best friend died.
Yeah. It's not a joke. It's the hemorrhages, inside it. But
that shit's scary, man.
It is scary.
There's a lot of people that happens to.
Every year this happens.
This
maybe
kid that
with
went to school
seniors.
with Megan. He was living in New York, and he was walking up out of the subway and up the stairs to street level, and hit a patch of ice and fell and hit his head and fucking died.
Yeah. Yep.
And shit's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
The body's a damn delicate type of thing. If you think about it,
really
there's
fragile.
there's so many things happening inside of you, like on a like a microscopic level, and so many reactions and interactions.
A lot of fucking activity, man.
And just it's a thing. There's only so much a human can survive, and a crack to the skull with hemorrhaging brain. And it's scary. Our best friend
was riding his bicycle home and fell and hit his head and didn't really think anything of it at the time, and went to work the whole next day and got off of work and just had a badass headache and died that night.
It's tough, man. That's rough.
And he didn't know. He walked around for a day with a fractured skull. He functioned. He went to fucking work, and didn't know it.
Well, I had no idea he went to work. I thought that he just got home that night. He felt sick, and the next day
he fell and hit his head on a Wednesday night, and Thursday he went to work, or whatever day it was.
I think it was
next
Thursday.
day.
Yeah.
Apparently, it takes usually when you have like a hemorrhaging in your brain or a fractured skull, it takes about 30 hours before you reach your fatality.
Your threshold.
Yeah.
And
It's no joke.
He didn't know, and it's your body's a very fragile thing, and there's only so much it can take.
Or even just the bursting of an appendix, stuff like that. That out of fucking nowhere, and you got a stomach ache, you think nothing of it. Next thing you know, it bursts and kaput. So you always want to pay attention to these signals that your body is giving you.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, let's brighten up the day here.
No, let's have more maybe some cancer talk. Are y'all? I mean, there's not a single person out there listening that has not been
the
touched
stroke
by
face,
cancer.
man.
Okay, well, yeah, we kind of. Yeah, no, we definitely need to get back more along the lines of parachuting down to Dick Joke Island. The thick purple vein trunks of dick jokes.
I love how Josh said, "No, everybody's gonna know." With your
Jesus
rainbow
Christ.
Parachute, man.
Rainbow parachute, yeah. Oh man.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. Again, that you had that opportunity to.
Yeah, I'm definitely
to go
grateful, and I'm glad to share it with friends. And
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on and everything.
it was fun.
It was awesome.
That's a cool ass picture there. Is that the oh yeah, Kenny, you got to look through this book. She
I went on Shutterfly. For the ones not familiar with Shutterfly.com, it's a website that helps you basically use your photographs on. If you want to make photo books or panorama photographs or even mugs and so on, you can just do whatever.
anything you can imagine.
So I made a photo book of this Egypt trip, which Kenny is looking through right now. And,
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I saw
it's
it
pretty
a couple
neat.
nights ago. It's there is just truly amazing shots in it. All from an iPhone 4S camera, which is a badass
with a little
camera.
help of an Instagram app.
There's a
You know,
little-
I
little
brought my
Instagram.
regular camera, but it didn't hold a candle to my iPhone
Isn't
whatsoever.
That bitching.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some really amazing pictures in there, and yeah, just very, very cool that you're able to see those things.
You're taking a picture of the picture?
Mm-hmm. It's a coffee table book about coffee tables. Just like this podcast is a podcast about other podcasts.
Yeah, this originally was going to be
That was
more...
the idea format of this.
Yeah, it's going to be more along the lines of me and Kenny talking about other podcasts. and just kind of morphed and evolved and into... We don't really talk a whole lot about other ones at all.
No, we talk about our lives here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Yeehaw!
Great up.
Ow!
But,
Kenny, have you been anywhere outside of the country, or have you done any traveling?
Bahamas
before?
don't count, man.
uh,
That shit don't count.
What were you doing in Bahamas?
I was on a fucking cruise, man.
Men.
Just like every other fat
Lots of men.
I've been to Bahamas on a cruise, so it was just a day at the lagoon. You know, they braided your hair.
I saw dudes with AKs and shit. That was pretty crazy. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
What were they doing?
So you scratch the surface, man.
Yeah, they were there obviously for protection, of course, of people trying to fucking loot. You know, they had the guys on the corners. They were like wearing their berets and their blue suits, like big fucking African dudes.
Soldiers on street corners with weaponry. Where, in Nassau?
Nassau, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. They had one on each on a couple of the corners.
What year was this?
This was like 2000.
Back in Nam.
Right at 2000.
Back in Nam.
I think like literally 2000. I think is when it was.
Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, that's what.
But that was kind of that was a little crazy. But then like. Other than that, like, no, man, I haven't really been any. I went to Nebraska over the Christmas, and I went to New York. I've been in New York a couple times, upstate
That's a
New York.
culture shock. Yeah.
Hartford, Connecticut area. That's about as far north as I've been.
Right.
Hartford,
Fucking
Connecticut.
Hatford.
Watched a Fish concert.
It was wicked retarded when we went to Hatford.
It was wicked. Dude, that's not Hartford.
Hatford
That's Boston,
It's
man.
damn near Child.
That's not Child,
It's
though.
north of the city.
It's not Child.
It's
right?
damn near Child.
You prick. You son of a bitch. Oh, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on this weekend. And thank you guys.
Thank you.
Keep following, keep listening, fucking comment, god damn it. There's only one comment on the page.
Yeah, somebody, we got like at least, 5 or 6 listens
Fucking
so
comment.
far.
Comment!
So
5 stars,
certainly
bitch.
there's people that can comment, and what good or bad, suggestions, anything.
At God Save My Jags on Twitter. You can email me at kniffbeer@yahoo.com. Spelled just like it's... Yeah, that.
And you can find the podcast again on iTunes. Just search for Worfcast. That's WORF.
CAST.
2 words.
Yeah, that's on iTunes. Or you can go to podbean.com and type in Worfcast, same thing, 2 words with a space.
Okay, or deanandworf.podbean.com.
There's some slashes in there and shit that we didn't mention. But if you go on my Twitter handle, it shows the other way. If you don't have iTunes, just go to Podbean and search Worfcast. God damn it,
Worfcast with an F.
Worfcast.
Worfcast. You can get at me at Dirty Angus McGee, MCGEE at Dirty Angus
Doesn't
McGee.
Instagram have like a little thing too, like a @ handle on Instagram?
I don't know. I don't have an Instagram.
I don't either.
Fuck Instagram.
Dude, Instagram's nice.
It's nice. Aww. I'm sorry.
Makes my heart pump
It's
purple
nice.
piss, man.
Shut up. It's ethical. Jeez.
It's ethical? Is that what you said?
Was that a snort?
It was.
Woo!
It was a snort.
Good job.
I can't even spell that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Alright, motherfuckers. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Everybody be safe
we
tonight.
didn't even talk about St. Patrick's Day.
Man, who gives a fuck about
Yeah,
St. Patrick's
man,
Day?
what's
Motherfucker wasn't
it
even
to it,
Irish,
man?
dude.
I'm fucking
St.
Irish.
Patrick wasn't even Irish.
I'm fucking Irish.
He
I'm
wasn't
half
even Irish.
Anyway.
Well, your last name's Sullivan.
Hey, Shola me gory, warms the cockles of me hearts, to which the smiles of the leprechauns upon ya. I can speak Irish. You hear that?
Yeah, I don't think that was Irish.
Well, it was.
I think it was English.
What are you doing, Grandpa? Are you eating too much? Can you just unbuckle his belt and his top button? He's leaning back in his chair like he just finished off a buffet.
The fart sound.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, I wish I could, but it does feel good. I don't even have it up right now, motherfuckers. Oh, man. Alright, signing out, motherfuckers.
Peace.
Have a good night.